Hey everyone, I'm back. See, this is episode 2 of my Let's Play series. I'm live on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Kick. There we go. Let's see if everything can go a little smoother this time. I just got back into playing Rocket League the last stream. I haven't played since, so like I said last time, I'm gonna kind of like make this so I'm only streaming when I'm playing, or I'm only playing when I'm streaming. I got a chat open as well, so if anybody wants to send me a chat, we can have topics to talk about. Been pretty big in NFTs lately, crypto Twitter, Web3. Alright. Alright, I got my chat open. So, yeah, it's been a week. It's been a little bit of a long week. Work. Got some hours in work, a little bit of overtime. I figured get some streaming in this weekend. Do at least an hour today. Big project. This is what I've been kind of focused on lately. I don't know if you noticed on Twitter. There's a project called FF6000. The account is @ThisIsOrange. I recently got my orange affiliate badge. I bought my second orange NFT today. I might actually do that as like a giveaway or something. We'll see. Depends on how many likes and follows this gives. It's not much engagement. I don't know if I'm going to give anything away, but yeah, it's a pretty cool NFT project. It's done by Ben.eth. He's pretty popular in the Twitter space and the attention economy, and he's got a few projects like PsyOp. He originally started Ben Coin, but I think he traded the liquidity pool from this loyal token with BitBoy Crypto, because his name is Ben as well. They traded the liquidity pool so that he could get all the liquidity for his project and Ben could get his. They had a little bit of disagreement, so Ben.eth is no longer the holder of Ben Coin, or at least he's no longer the liquidity pool holder. I was listening to a Twitter space the other night and somebody was arguing. It was Dill's Twitter space called Meme Fine Morning. Someone was arguing, saying, you know, oh, he started so many projects, this Ben.eth started too many projects like Bencoin. They don't realize he only really has Finale token, PsyOp token, and the NFT project, which is This Is Orange, is, you know, kind of tied into all of that. It's pretty much just an orange square. Everybody has the same square, but it gives you access to the affiliate badge, which also gives you a free verification badge that you don't have to pay for. So there's value in that. And recently, I think it was like less than 24 hours ago, Ben.eth was talking about sweeping the floor. So if he does that, that's going to be pretty good for the group, because all the NFTs will obviously go up. It makes it even more exclusive to get into. And I imagine he'll probably do giveaways and rewards and stuff as well that way. You know, I think it'd be cool to have like a tournament. You never know. Like for instance, I'm on the orange team right now. We could be doing a tournament where it's like, okay, if you win the Rocket League tournament, then you get an orange affiliate badge or orange NFT. Sorry, I'm not paying attention. I'm trying to talk and play at the same time. I'm not really doing good at either. Still pretty rusty on Rocket League, but yeah, that's pretty much what I've been focusing on right now with the NFT space, is doing that. I just recently made my logo on NFT this morning. That way I can rock that out on my badge. I also started my collection that's going to be based around my community. I'm going to start a Twitter community, which I already have. Just got to get it going, and finish up my Discord server, which will be tied into the NFT and the community as well on Twitter. Where we're basically doing projects together, and finding cool projects together, and just be like a good positive space to work together for like a common goal of let's, number one, help my stream, and then help people in the community with their streams and projects, and then we can all kind of get ahead that way, where if we're all supporting each other, liking each other's streams and sharing each other's content, not to mention their NFT projects. I might do some my own art. I don't know exactly what yet. I was actually thinking about talking to somebody about developing a character for me. There's a specific character I have in mind. I don't want to give it out yet. But I would like to do like a good solid either 777 piece or a 10,000 piece unique character set. I'm kind of torn what I want to do yet. 777 would be good because it would make it really exclusive, and it would be, it's realistic. You got 777 people holding your NFTs. That'd be cool, but I know a lot of people, they'll buy up, 3 or 4 each, so I think it's kind of hard to have a good platform that way. Whereas if you got 10,000, you got a few thousand unique holders, it's a little bigger audience, a little bit more of an audience, and more likely to get some cool projects out of the deal. Yeah, that's pretty much all I'm doing in the NFT space right now. I still got a lot to do with my other 2 projects I talked about last stream. The one that was going to be based around the Bible and helping out that way. It's going to be like my charity project, and then also the wrestling project. But my project's going to kind of come first because I got to put more energy into that to begin with, so I can actually build a platform that's worth talking about. And just people that want to tune into my streams, engage with me. Especially, I'd like to get a decent chat going where we get a lot of engagement that way. The chat's really the most important thing for me right now because, I know people are going to have questions. It'd be cool to have something to talk about while I'm streaming. A lot of time, I noticed the last stream I was reviewing it, and it's like, man, I didn't really talk that much. When I did talk, it was kind of like trying to figure out what I was going to talk about or how I was going to say it. Kind of cool if someone's like, hey, what do you think of this project? And if I know something, I can talk about it. Or even just other things, like whether it's technology or news or whatever cool's coming out in the news as far as that goes. I'm actually back out. Let's see. Let me keep doing casual 3v3 because I think I gotta get level 10. So what else can we talk about? Yeah, so I know the Apple VR headset, everyone's talking about that. I am definitely not going to be paying $3,400 for a headset anytime soon. I think the concept's cool, but no way. That's a lot of money. If it was like, $1,200, I can kind of see it. But until it's like around that price, I just don't see how it's viable. Because it's going to get down to that price eventually. It's just any type of new technology like this comes out that's pretty reasonable. Like TVs, when they first came out, like the big flat screen TVs, those were expensive like that. It was like, you spend $3 or $4 grand. Now people are buying them for hundreds of dollars. It's crazy. Wrong way. I'll let him get the boost. But I like the idea of the AR technology. I like the idea of maybe you want to write a note. Like a sticky pad note or a sticky note, one of the little yellow ones. You go, okay, I'm going to stick that on my fridge. And then when you log off your VR headset, nobody sees it. And you can be like, oh, where did I put that sticky note? Yeah, I put that on the fridge. That's where I keep those sticky. Maybe you put a shopping list. You don't have to actually stick notepads everywhere. Like same thing at work. Like you're at work, you want to stick something like a sticky note on something like, for instance, I work in a security office. So it's like, oh, I want to put a sticky note on this computer screen, don't forget to check this tonight. It's like, but you don't want everybody to see it. Or maybe you got the combo to the safe or something, and you're like, oh, I don't want people to see it. It's like, oh yeah, that's in the AR world. They can't see that anyway. They don't have my account. That type of stuff, I think, is going to be a big deal for AR technology, whether personal or professionally. I don't know why they would block my shot. I think once I level up and get kind of in a better tier. Oh, I thought I was going to blow him up. I know Rocket League has quite a few people that are big into crypto. For some reason, people that play this game, there's a lot of cryptocurrency holders and NFT people. I know they do NFT contests. I used to be part of a project a long time ago. I don't know if it's still around. They used to do crypto tournaments for NFTs, and I think it was on the Polygon network. It was actually pretty cool. I still actually hold those NFTs. I just don't know. I know the floor price hasn't increased. It kind of was one of the projects where people are big on it, and then not much really came of it, I don't think. You never know, though. They might start doing stuff again. I'm holding just in case. I got like 8 characters. I don't know if they had a cap set. It was like and I kind of wouldn't mind imitating some of the way they did their characters, where they had a character and they'd release one every so often. If they wanted to have someone in the project that, like say you're a moderator for the Discord, they would create a character just for you that would actually look like you, and then reserve the sale for you specifically. So that was kind of cool. But then they'd have other characters, like pop culture characters, like, oh, this is the Elon Musk version of our character, and they would just randomly mint it. Be like, okay, go get it, guys. And the first person to get it gets it. And they'd hold Twitter Spaces, and it was kind of cool. It was pretty easy how they did it. I didn't understand the process at the time because I wasn't big on minting NFTs, and then, I was more of a collector. I didn't really mint. Most of the NFT stuff I've got into is like pre-mints, pre-sale mints. So it's like, you connect your wallet to this website, you spend a certain amount of ETH, and then next thing you know, it's you pay the gas, you spend the ETH, and then boom, you got the NFT, and it would like randomly generate as you minted it. And everybody try to get in at once. I haven't done a big project like a 10,000 character. So it's gonna be kind of a learning curve that way for myself. Because it's like, okay, I don't know exactly how to just have 10,000 randomly generated characters ready to go. I could do one at a time for my personal project, but that won't be a big deal. And in the meantime, just learn until I'm confident enough, which don't take me long. I mean, I do computer programming on the side anyways, so I can learn pretty quick. It's just, I'm the type of person, if I do something, I like to do it right, and I refuse to half-ass it. Oh man, as I'd say that, then I get scored on. But yeah, it's like I'm not gonna do it if I don't know 100% how it's gonna turn out. I'm the type I'll even spend extra money just to make sure it's done right. It's like I don't care how much it costs. It's like, just make sure this is done exactly how I want, even if I gotta pay for a specialized platform to do it. Or if I gotta pay a professional to help me do it and then walk me through it so I can do my second project similar. What's weird too is right after my last stream, I got done talking about the Bible project that I wanted to do, and specifically it's like a charity project that, like I said, I ain't giving out too many details, but I have an idea for the NFT project with it, and then all of a sudden I notice a bunch of tokens like Jesus coin and Bible coin started showing up. I'm like, what a coincidence. Like, just odd. It's almost like one of them random things, like you put it out there in the ether and it just happens. Which I know, I was watching Joe Rogan one time. He was talking with somebody, and he was saying that they've done a study recently, and I think it was either a rat in a maze, or it was just some type of study like that, where basically on the East Coast they learned how to do something specifically a better way than they had previously done it. And then out of nowhere they... Oh man, I missed it. No. Like, as soon as one set of rats on one side of the country had learned how to do this thing better, whether it's a maze or whatever, the ones on the East Coast or versus West Coast, however it worked out, learned it even quicker. I thought that was pretty interesting. Almost like when one person learns it, then it just becomes more inevitable that the other ones are going to learn it even faster. I don't know if everybody heard about the news about Binance, but Binance US and the SEC, and I believe, I don't know who else, but there was another body of finance. I don't know if it was like a firm that works for them or just works with the SEC and them or whatever, but there's a way that they have come to a deal, because everybody's kind of worried, like, oh man, are they going to make it so nobody can use Binance? And that would have been a real big flood on the whole market as a whole. And somehow I believe they've agreed to make, they found a way to make it so that Binance US customers will be able to confirm that the transactions are done in the US properly, to appease the SEC. So then I guess now they're not going to ban Binance. Pretty good news, because Binance is like the largest exchange globally. I know Coinbase is the largest in the United States, but losing Binance, especially Binance US, would be bad. But I guess there's certain tokens on the regular Binance that they don't want them to access through the US side, and which I'm really not a big fan of. I think you should be able to buy whatever you want. If you lose your money, that's your fault. Yeah, as the SEC, you're supposed to protect investors, but at the same time, cryptocurrency is a different thing, and all in general, I can understand if it's like a tokenized business, maybe, where it's like, okay, SEC is important for shares in companies. You know, you don't want companies hurting American citizens, especially foreign companies coming in and just trying to mess with our markets. But cryptocurrency is still the Wild West, and it's like, I think any form of censorship on there is kind of the antithesis of what cryptocurrency was actually for. Like they say, go read the Satoshi white papers and you'll see exactly what the point of it all was. And censorship is not it. And I found it pretty interesting with that article recently about BlackRock agreeing to, they're not agreeing, sorry, they're applying for an ETF, spot ETF on Bitcoin through Coinbase custody. And I think that's pretty big news, because like I was telling some of my friends, I'm like, you know, BlackRock is one of the biggest capital firms in the world. They own pretty much everything, and if they don't own it, then their buddies at Vanguard at State Street, they do own it. And it's like, I'm pretty sure BlackRock alone has like over $8 trillion in asset under management. It's like, that is a ridiculous amount of money. And the cryptocurrency market as a whole, at its peak that I remember, was like $3 trillion. That was when Bitcoin was like $60,000 each, and it's like, okay, Now you're going to have access to at least 8.3 trillion under asset, and if even 60% of that went in, that'd be unreal for the market. Then you add all their buddies and all the other firms that are going to follow because they're like, well, BlackRock did it, time for us to do it. You know, how many smaller players in the game but still are large are going to get into it? You know, maybe they're not as big as them, but I think it's going to be a pretty big deal. Like, I know some of the stats I looked at like a year ago was like, in total there's 30 million people roughly that are into crypto globally, and like maybe only 4 million of them were actually into decentralized finance. So it's like, that's a pretty small percentage of people overall, and then you add the even smaller amount are actually into DeFi. I think it's going to be pretty impressive to see what happens when you have trillions of dollars just pouring into the market, and who knows, it might be the next bull run, and it might just be a trickle down over time, but I definitely see us surpassing $3 trillion on the next bull run as a total market cap overall. I don't see how we couldn't. Not to mention, internet access is just getting better and better worldwide, especially with Starlink, and then you got people in all these other countries. I mean, there's 8 billion people in the world. That's quite a bit of wealth. And I know I read an article somewhere else as well around the same time. They were saying if you actually valued everything in the world, you know, as far as all assets under management, basically, like every resource, every real estate, every stock, bond, whatever, you know, add up all the country's GDP, all the resources that could be, you know, extracted in the future or whatever, but it's like $4 quadrillion total is like the theory. It's like, that is a lot of money. I mean, if 3 trillion is a big deal, you think 1 quadrillion is 1,000 trillions. And 4 quadrillions, 4,000 trillions. We only had 3 of them, you know, at our peak as a market. I don't know what's going to happen, but I definitely noticed quite a big change when that news came out about Binance and BlackRock, but it seemed like it took like 24, 48 hours, but you know, you just see small movements, not enough to like really change things or pump. I wouldn't call it pump. I hate when people say pump and it's like up 2-3%. It's like, yeah, technically that's a pump, but is it really? You know, to me a pump is 30+%. I mean, because that's something that's really rare to get, especially in even shares or in the stock market or whatever. 2-3% isn't really a pump. I suppose if you're holding a large amount of Bitcoin, 2 or 3% might be a big pump. But if you're holding a large amount of Bitcoin, you were already rich anyway. That's one way to stop me in my tracks. Some of these people have some interesting names. Looks like I got one watcher. There we go. Feel free to type in the chat whatever platform you're on so I can see you. I don't really. I'm restreaming basically to like every platform, so I can't see what platform you're watching on. If you want to talk in the chat or you got a question, feel free to let me know. Just talking Web3, Bitcoin, crypto, BlackRock, all the interesting stuff. NFTs. I don't know if you heard me earlier, but just talking about if you go to Twitter @ThisIsOrange, there's a pretty awesome NFT project I've been in lately, and It's a good way to get a free verified account on Twitter, and you get a little orange box as verified orange affiliate. It's pretty cool. It's a good way to network with people. It's one of them projects I really believe in, because it was the first like affiliate badge wave that I noticed since the feature came out on Twitter. And I know Ben.eth is like, he's a holder of Boyd at Yacht Club, so I know he's one of them guys. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, they're not that special, blah blah. There's some people are just holding it, they got lucky, blah blah. But it's like, still, if you're a member of that club, you got access to things. You know, you got that social proof, I guess. You know, I think it's pretty cool. And he's one of them people, I think what he's got that people don't understand, it's not just an attention economy. I think he's also got that cool factor. He gets it. He gets what people want. He goes, okay, if I want to create utility, I got to do something different. And he took advantage of that verified badge. You know, and it's just people follow him. And I've noticed just recently, it's like, as soon as I started collecting it and I got verified, it's like people are just following left and right. It's like he's going to help people get careers in Web3. That's the cool thing. So it's like, if you're looking at it as like a networking aspect, it is a utility to you, because networking is important, especially in cryptocurrency and NFTs, because you got to have some type of social proof. And people that are in this early, they get it. They're like, oh, if that guy found this project early, either he's lucky or he sees something going on that's cool, because there's plenty of people that are funding the project and funding Ben.eth. And, you know, I'm always going to be skeptical of anybody. I don't care who they are. But, I mean, you can kind of read between the lines with this that it's something. And I think at the end of the day, he's got this token called Loyalty. Loyalty is going to be the backbone of his Sidex, which is the centralized exchange based on PSYOP and this Loyalty token. Well, if you look at Loyal, they have the orange Loyal badges and Loyal token alone. He has a Twitter account that's Loyalty Labs. Well, what's that going to replace? The way I look at it is, this is orange as the new Bored Ape Yacht Club. And then Loyalty Labs will be the new Yuga Labs. And Ape coin will be, you know, similar to the Loyalty coin. You know, it's just, I think what he did was he wanted to make a company, which would be the Loyal, and then he wanted to have his own project also that would make money, which would be the PSYOP. But the cool thing is holding the orange NFTs. That's like your proof. That's your ticket. That's your Bored Ape. That's the thing that says, hey, look, we were in this early. Look back when I bought this. You can see, okay, yeah, I was in those spaces when that was just, you know, a couple $100 for one NFT. Well, people are going to be hating it when it's up to 1 ETH, 2 ETH, 3 ETH. I mean, I don't know that 100%, but that's definitely where I could see it going in a reasonable, conservative amount. I mean, but then you're thinking, this is what people don't understand. It's like, we're also at the bottom of a market. We are in a bear market, and we're at the very bottom. Everybody's scrounging for peanuts. What happens when mania kicks in and there's an abundance? And that could happen any day. Realistically, I think it'll happen over the next 1 month to a year. You know, but I just don't see us getting through 2024 without a bull market kicking off with some mania. I just don't know. I just don't see it happening. Because I mean, you look at every other presidential election year, and usually there's pumps in markets, the prices get better, abundance kind of gets better, because the current president wants to look good. He wants to get reelected. He's doing everything he can and pulling all the stops and giving people a break, just so he's like, okay, vote for me. See, it's not that bad. The economy got better. Yeah, we had a rough start. You know, it just seems to be the common trend. So I don't see why it would be any different this time. It's like, oh, Ukraine war. What happens if, and I'm not saying, you know, this is just, granted, we usually get into long wars, but this also is more between Russia and Ukraine, but you think about it, and it's like, what happens if there's a peace deal tomorrow and everything kind of goes back to the way, at least it's never going to be back to exactly how it used to be, but just a taste of it back, 2017, where the economy is just a little bit easier to operate under and prices are getting a little better. And granted, I'm sure they'll go right back to where they are, if not higher, but people want to get elected. And if you don't think markets are manipulated, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I guess you just believe everything you hear. I don't know. I mean, so I'm thinking if he can do this at the bottom of the market, I can't wait to see what happens at the top. And that's another thing people don't understand is like he's got $20 million in his Ethereum account, Ben.eth, and they're like, oh, well, he hasn't moved it. Well, that's also money he can put back into it. That's like if you had a business and you had a seed fund raised for like $20 million and you go, what are we going to do with it? Well, a portion of it's going to be marketing, a portion of it's going back into the project to get confidence in the shareholders that, hey, see, I'm willing to put my money back in, or, it's basically a buyback of shares. And then that $20 million, that could go up. What happens if Ethereum pumps? It's, $1,600. What happens if what happens if Ethereum goes back up to 4,000 or higher? Because 4,000 was its peak. What happens if it goes to 8,000? He's got a lot more than $20 million, and then he dumps it in there, and then people's making some serious money. So it's just, I think it's crazy to FUD it so early. I mean, give the guy a break. I mean, some people make some businesses, and they take years to get off the ground. I mean, most businesses, it takes them 3 years of just losing profits just to become successful. This guy, I mean, I'd already call it successful as far as a business standpoint. He's got sitting on $20 million of capital that he could put right back into it. And people are already getting their value out of it because you've got an army of people that are happy that they got a free verified badge they didn't have to pay for. This guy's paying for all the badges. And then they're also getting a verified check mark that they didn't have to pay for, which, and they got some cool NFTs, which creates a career for them of like, okay, you could be like, I'm going to do some giveaways. Now they got 500 to 1,000 followers from just holding this NFT and being in the spaces and stuff. So I don't know. I just think it's crazy to FUD it. I like to stay positive on projects, and it's like, I think if everybody kind of supported each other instead of fought all the time, it'd be a lot easier on everyone. I mean, we're in a bear market. It's very hard enough. Nobody's really killing it. I don't care how much money you got, you lost a lot. Even if you took your profits. It's like, I'm ahead. All the money that I invested in, I'm absolutely ahead, but it doesn't mean I'm not hurting or could have, been doing better. I remember the worst loss I ever had in one night was 30 grand. That was like, oh my word. That's a lot, so I can't imagine what these guys are thinking when they're losing 300 to 3 million in a night. Alright, back out. Let's see. I'm going to check some of my rewards real quick. Oh yeah, I had to do my training. I'll keep leveling up. don't know how much longer I can play. Probably have to get off soon. Do a couple more matches. If you guys got any questions, just put it in the chat. I see you watching. I don't think there's anything else cool in the news. Oh, I don't know if anybody's interested, but if you want to check out a new, well, I guess it's not new, but it's kind of a cool social platform that I like. It's based on Web3, and it's easy to start NFT projects of your own, and you don't have to really have that much knowledge in minting, and it costs pennies on the dollar. And it's like, it's called DeSo, Decentralized Social, but it's on the DeSo blockchain. All you need is like a MetaMask or just create a seed phrase. I prefer to use MetaMask for everything, but you just go to is it wallet.deso, I believe. But I know for a fact if you go to bitclout.com, you can sign up for your wallet there. And DeSo is like, I think roughly about $10 a coin right now, which it used to be a lot more. But it is so easy to create NFTs. You basically create your own token too. Your username is a token. So you have a cryptocurrency that is your name that people can buy. So say right now I'm only doing donations. I haven't started mine because I want to put some capital in when I start it. Basically, you can buy the token. You can go, okay, WrestlerXC. That'd be the token, and then you could buy like a percentage of it based on whatever the cost is. It goes up and down, and you know, if I put a bunch in, and people have to put a decent amount in. It depends how many holders there are. The supply is, I believe, infinite. I'm not 100% sure on that. But it's a way to support your creators. You know, you'd be like, oh, I believe in your project. I think it's going to be worth more. So you buy some more of my tokens. You could trade them, sell them, send them. Whatever you want. Send them to someone else's DeSo wallet. And you can also like things. I know the creator tokens go up and down with the price of DeSo. So, you know, if you own, say, 3 of my tokens, then as DeSo goes up or down, so won't the value of my tokens and yours and the next person's. You can also send diamonds, which are count as like a penny per diamond. So you can be like, oh, I like your post, I'm going to send you a diamond. Just like basically liking a post for a penny. And then that person gets the penny. And then that person likes someone else's post and they get a penny. Or you can send $1. You can be like, oh, I'm going to send you 100 diamonds for that post. Yeah, DeSo, D-E-S-O. There's a couple new video games I was looking at getting. One of them is Ready or Not. That looks pretty cool. It's like a SWAT team game. You can go in as a team of friends. You can play single player, order your team around, but basically you got like civilians, you got bad guys. You can use your tools and equipment as a SWAT team member. So you respond, breach doors, wedge doors so they can't get open, mace people. You arrest them, tie them up. There's a channel I like watching. It's like real life Marines, you know, destroy this map. Basically, you got like real life Marines that are good at the game. They use the same tactics they learned in the military to actually clear and do like CQB training, close quarter combat, or CQC, I guess they call it. Some people call it CQB. Kind of reminds me of Escape from Tarkov if it was for cops. And then I do have Escape from Tarkov. I haven't played in a while. I gotta download some games today. I work tonight, so I'll be sleeping, but I'll have a bunch of games downloaded today. Like, I know I'm gonna be doing some Sea of Thieves streams. See what else. Get my Civilization back on here, because it's one of my favorite games. Superpower, that's another one. I'll definitely be playing that. I just figure for now, until I get everything all set up, I'll do the Rocket League, and Rocket League's one of my favorites. It's a good way to pass the time. Nice. But yeah, I think this will probably be my last game. Like I said, I gotta get to bed, get some sleep before work. I was gonna stream yesterday, but I just didn't have the time. I've been so busy the past couple days, especially Father's Day. I spent time with my son and my wife. And we watched a new movie. It was pretty cool. It was the Super Mario Brothers movie. That was pretty cute. Watching that, I was joking around with them the other day, and we were singing that Peaches song by Jack Black. Peaches, 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 peaches. And I'm like, making them laugh and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Why don't we just get the movie? I went to go rent it. I noticed, holy crap, this thing, you can't rent it anywhere. You have to buy it. I checked every streaming platform I could. So I ended up getting the 4K version on Google. I'm like, okay, we gotta watch this because it's gonna drive me nuts. It's a pretty funny movie. Definitely one of them type of movies I'm gonna be watching again. My son, he loved it. Went out, and his favorite food is Subway, so we got him some Subway, plain ham sandwich, and then my wife got Subway, and I ended up getting Chinese food. We're all sitting around sharing food, and laughing. It's unreal how many subliminal things from the game was actually incorporated in the movie. I thought it was pretty cool. I love the sounds, the soundtrack. I mean, it was all 80s style, and then the actual game music was conducted in the movie, and that was pretty cool. I'll do one more. I'd like to get as close to an hour as I can. Or actually, I could show you training. It'd be kind of boring though. Yeah, I'll do training on my own time. You know what? I might hit level 10 this. Yeah, I'll get to level 10. Then I'll call it a stream over. And then my next stream, which will probably be next weekend, I can actually start doing competitive with you guys. I wasn't sure what to title my streams. I think I'm just going to title them like Ep2, Ep3, Ep4. That way I can kind of keep track of what streams was which. I have something I can have you guys reference to until I have something different going on. Like if I do have plans on other things too, like doing podcast style streams and doing interviews with people and stuff. That stuff will probably be titled different, but anything unique I'll title differently. But if it's just me playing games, expect it just to be episode. It's kind of a way to chronologically track my gaming. But I do have some pretty interesting people that I've networked with over time. You know, there's a few people like guitarists and some creators and YouTubers that I don't know how I've had access to them. I don't know why I've got access to them, but I do. And this is taking a while. Oh, there we go. Hopefully, I will level up this time. Man, my timing was off. That was kind of a lucky shot. I've been in that snare before, but that could have gone bad. I think that was just enough to throw that guy off. If that was Diamond, he would have blocked that. See, I'm kind of chasing the ball too. I gotta chill out a little. I'm going to let them go for it and kind of stay back a little bit. Sometimes you go for it in those situations, you actually mess it up, hit it out of the goal, or mess up your teammate who's actually trying to get the shot. So, plus keeps the opponents kind of on their toes. Nice. I don't know how I got the assist. I don't remember even touching the ball. Oh, I guess I did. Oh, not good. I've had a good angle on that, could have spiked it in, but nice. Oh, no problem, man. I've missed way more. Okay, I'm kind of like setting them up now. And that was an AI. See, instead of going for it where I didn't see him, but I should have stayed back. I'm going to play a little bit more aggressive defense now. Or not. tell them to take a shot, that way they know I'm back here. Just gotta get an edge. We can get 2-point lead. That'll set us up for the next minute or so. No. That could have been bad. I don't know what I thought I was going to accomplish there. I didn't know if they were going to come and try to, like, hit it out. I was like, well, at least I can get in their way. Yeah, 2-point lead, minute 17. We should be able to pull this off, and we're just really conservative with it. Try to flip. Come on, hit it out. Let's go. 40 seconds. All right. Good game. Did I get 10? Let's see. Did I get my level 10? Yep. All right, so I'm officially level 10, so I'm going to call it for the stream. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to do probably about the same, or an hour at a time. I'll be on next weekend. If I can do it earlier, I will, but probably be next weekend. Follow me on Twitter at WrestlerXC. You can follow my YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Twitter, and the Facebook Live. Again, make sure you check out This Is Orange on Twitter as well. Get the NFT. And hopefully I'll see you on there in the orange wave.